Sofronio Vasquez, 32, the winner of The Voice Season 26 in December, moved to Utica from his native Philippines in April 2023 and has enthusiastically adopted it as his home. His new neighbors have embraced Vasquez with similar enthusiasm, rooting for and voting for him throughout his appearances on The Voice. It's simply overwhelming. Vasquez informed the OB in December, hours before learning he had won. "You're there back home, and I can clearly feel your warmth and support here. You guys are wonderful." Vasquez will appear on Saturday, June 14, at 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater in Utica, along with other special guests from Season 26 of the show, according to the Stanley. He is The Voice's first Filipino and Asian male winner. Vasquez is on a tour that began in Los Angeles on March 8th and will end in Dubai on May 24. He will also visit Canada, New York City, and Australia over the spring and summer. Utica is by far the smallest city on the itinerary. Tickets for the Utica event start at $3,445, including fees on Ticketmaster, with a VIP ticket for $145 that includes a post-show reception and an autographed CD with unreleased tunes. Tickets for the New York City event began at $88 plus fees, with a VIP package at $270. Vasquez grew raised in what he describes as the slums on Mindanao Island. Despite the fact that both of his parents worked for the government, his family of 5 lived in a one-room home. In a December interview with the OB, he noted that he and his brothers were taught that working hard and receiving an education would lead to a better life. Music had always been a source of optimism and joy in their lives. "Our lives, like everyday music karaoke," Vasquez stated during the interview. Vasquez graduated from dental school but worked as a singer on American cruise ships before deciding to transfer to the United States. He settled in Utica, where people of all ethnicities and colors are accepted. He claims he was working as a dental assistant for an oral surgeon in the city when he saw a request for virtual auditions for The Voice. In February last year, he went to Los Angeles for the blind audition that changed his life. Vasquez's voice when singing Mary J. Blige's on Going Down caused all 4 judges to swivel their chairs within 9 seconds of his starting. Singing the audition went viral on social media. "I could not hit my button fast enough," Miss informed him. "Your voice sounds like butter. It's simple on the ears, yet your soulfulness moved my heart. You have the whole package." The concert press highlights Vasquez's emotional depth. "Give him any song, pop, R&B, rock, jazz, and he will make you feel like you're hearing it for the first time." The article states his skill isn't simply hitting the perfect notes. It's the way he puts every phrase and song to life. His voice whispers secrets one moment and shakes the rafters the next, taking you on an emotional journey you'll never forget. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an amber glow across the Utica streets, there was palpable excitement in the air. Fans from near and far attended, many wearing t-shirts displaying Sofronio Vasquez's smiling face or * The Voice's famed logo. Sofronio was more than just a winner. He was a light of hope, a tribute to ambitions pursued despite all odds, and he was now returning to his roots, eager to celebrate his journey with the community that had raised him. Sofronio's route to stardom has been far from ordinary. Born to immigrant parents in a community rich in many cultures, he was frequently captivated by music that resonated from every corner: Spanish ballads, gospel hymns, and even contemporary pop melodies that danced across the airways. His first recollections of singing were of modest living room performances for family, and friends were always received with great applause and laughter. Years later, the bashful youngster had matured into a forceful artist, known for his extraordinary ability to portray emotion via song. When he auditioned for the vocal asterisk, it was a leap of faith. It could either rocket him into the spotlight or lead to another closed door. As fate would have it, he impressed the judges with his performance of a famous ballad, turning all 4 chairs and gaining his seat in the competition. His experience with the show was a mix of achievements and challenges. Each week included fresh performances ranging from soulful acoustic settings to high-energy tunes that had the crowd on their feet. His emotional connection with viewers grew stronger, fueled by his honesty and humble origins. In Utica, fans learned about his challenges, devotion to his family, and how he utilized music not just as entertainment, but also as a kind of therapy. When Sofronio won a Voice *, His achievement had far-reaching consequences. He had become an example to many, showing hard effort, dedication, and the belief that objectives can be achieved no matter where you start. Despite the magnificence and sparkle that swiftly surrounded his life, Utica remained in his heart as a constant reminder of where he had come from. As the date of his homecoming concert approached, the city was bustling with enthusiasm. Local shops put flags in their doorways, while admirers on social media reflected on Sofronio's lowly beginnings. "I remember him singing at the coffee shop," a fan remarked. "He had that spark even then." Another said, "Can't wait to see him bring that stage presence back home. Finally, the day has here." The concert was performed at the renowned Utica Auditorium, which had hosted many performers over the years, but none had the same strong ties to the community as Sofronio. As the doors opened, a rush of excitement went over the audience. Young children with painted faces, teens with phones ready to capture memories, and older generations reminiscing about their own adventures filled the theater. When Sofronio took the stage, the audience erupted in cheers. In his distinctive denim jacket and pants, he looked every bit the star he had grown to be. However, there was a tenderness in his eyes, a reminder that despite the awards and praise, his heart remained grounded in his love for his city, Utica. "It feels amazing to be back home," he said, his voice rich and warm, instantly energizing the audience. He started with an enthusiastic melody that prompted everyone to sing along. The audience's voices mixed with his, giving the feeling of warmth and comfort. Between songs, he shared heartwarming memories from his boyhood, including summers spent at local parks, family gatherings full of joy, and the echoing sounds of his mother's voice, which always pushed him to fulfill his aspirations. These relationships lead to his background gave the concert a more personal air, as though he were singing to a group of friends and family instead of a stadium full of spectators. Sofronio switched to more dramatic ballads as the evening wore on, each one filled with intimate tales. He wrote a song in honor of his. Every line reflects his mother's unwavering faith in him. The audience listened closely as he sang about dreams and the hardships they entail, with many of them moved to tears. His enthusiasm was palpable throughout the crowd, reminding everyone that dreams are not only for the wealthy, but also for those who dare to chase them relentlessly. "Sofronio, you're an example of what hard labor can achieve," someone cried from the throne, and the subsequent applause lasted for several minutes. In that moment, it was evident that Sofronio was more than just a performer. He represented the community's optimism and possibilities. As the concert came to a close, Sofronio paused to look out at the audience. "I stand here today, not only as a competition winner, but also as a member of this great community. You believed in me since the beginning, and I couldn't have gotten this far without your help." He revealed a unique surprise for the evening, a joint performance with local performers who had shared the stage with him during his formative years. The reunion was thrilling, full of laughter and passion, with familiar faces joining him. Their harmonies are a beautiful blend of history and present. The final song brought the house down, as Sofronio led the audience in a chorus of unity and joy. When he took a step back from the microphone and let the audience's voices fill the auditorium, their hands waved together, creating a sea of movement. It served as a reminder that while he had grown to prominence, he had been raised by the people of Utica. As an ovation erupted, Sofronio took a long breath, letting the moment wash over him. The warmth of the throng fueled him, serving as a searing reminder of why he had set out on this expedition in the first place. After the last echoes of cheering faded, he made his way backstage, filled with emotion. "Welcome home," the voice behind him said. His mother had tears in her eyes as she hugged him. "You were always destined for this, and I'm really proud of you." The tour continued, with each stop reaching new heights and giving exciting potential. The Utica concert remained a landmark and a moment of connection that emphasized his desire to uplift and inspire with music, even in the face of the grandeur of global platforms and busy cities. With stories and memories woven into every song he sang, Utica was a cornerstone of Sofronio's life and work. As he continued on the global phase of his tour, energized by his homecoming, he brought with him the essence of Utica, a reminder that every note and every performance was about the voices of everyone who had supported him along the way. Even though the world would recognize him as a global music sensation, he would always be Utica's